This video is about the archetype of Libra, whether it's your sun, moon, ascendant in Libra, or if you have a stellium, which is 3 or more planets in the sign of Libra, or if you have Venus, which is the ruler of Libra, in the sign of Libra, this video is for you. Libra is the 7th sign of the zodiac, and it's a cardinal air sign, and it's ruled by Venus. Its symbol is the scales, representing balance and fairness, and its key phrase is, I balance. Libras are deeply connected to truth, justice, and harmony, with a strong desire for beauty in the world. Welcome to Starwell Astrology. My name is Shari, and I'm a Western tropical astrologer, and I specialize in shadow work. If you enjoy exploring astrology combined with shadow work, as well as the esoteric topics and astrotheology, don't forget to like and subscribe and even share my video. I also offer natal chart readings and one-on-one shadow work, and my information is below. Now, bear in mind, as I discuss the attributes of Libra, that we are not one thing in our natal chart. So the entire natal chart must be considered. So I am just isolating the Libra archetype to describe its fundamental essence. So let's start by discussing the core traits of the Libra archetype. They are known for being fair-minded and diplomatic. Libras are natural mediators, and they're always seeking to weigh out all sides of a situation. They are charming and charismatic, and they have a sense of elegance and grace, and they're easy to communicate with. Next to Gemini, they are the social butterflies. They strive in social settings, making excellent hosts who create beautiful, warm, inviting atmospheres. Librans love beauty, and they have a very refined taste, sometimes even expensive taste. They have a deep appreciation for art, music, literature, and the aesthetics. They love opulence and glamour. They can easily collaborate and cooperate in a group setting and are really good team players. And they value teamwork and can compromise and strive towards having harmonious relationships. They are an air sign, so they have a lot of mental energy. So they are very intellectual and also very perceptive. As an air sign, Libras are great communicators, quick learners, and analytical thinkers. Libras are hopeless romantics who value meaningful relationships and grand romantic gestures. They strive in balanced relationships where there's equality, because that is very key for them. They are attentive, kind, and accommodating, often making their partners feel cherished and respected. Because they have an eye for beauty and style, they will naturally be drawn to the fine arts. And Libras love sculpture, painting, music, literature, but also fine wine. They enjoy surrounding themselves with elegance and opulence. Their refined taste influence how they dress up and also decorate their homes, but even how they express themselves. They are especially invested in partnerships, relationships, and collaborations. So they have a very strong focus on creating harmonious connections and striving in one-on-one dynamics. The challenges of Libra: they face indecisiveness because they're always weighing things out, trying to find the balance in situations. They can end up with analysis paralysis. It makes it hard for them to make decisions at times because they are into people pleasing, mostly because they want to be appreciated, loved, and admired. This might allow them to neglect and compromise their own needs to maintain harmony and gain approval from those they love. They can be very superficial because they are driven by beautiful things and they love luxury and comfort. This can sometimes make them seem shallow or overly concerned with appearances. They dread conflicts and will do anything to avoid them, meaning also going along to get along, which is also compromising their own values. To keep the peace, they might avoid addressing difficult truths and might end up compromising their own values. They can struggle with codependencies since they naturally have a deep need for connections. So they might become over reliant on relationships since there could be some internal imbalances with their own true sense of self and values. So Libras and shadow work. Libras must learn to confront uncomfortable truths and learn to honor their feelings without compromise. They also need to first acknowledge what they feel, even if it's unpleasant, and then face themselves in the mirror. Libra is the energy of the mirror because they mirror themselves through the eyes of others. And what the partner reflects back to them determines how they feel. In other words, they can easily undervalue themselves by seeking approval and validation based on what they believe the partner is projecting back to them. They need to face themselves in the mirror, turn the reflection inwards towards themselves, and really acknowledge what they see. And only then can they truly do the work to heal in shadow work. So the lesson that they must learn is that instead of focusing on relationships outside of themselves, they need to learn that the most important relationship they can have is the one they have with themselves. Once they have healed and found the balance in knowing who they are at their core, and they understand that they have their own values to contribute equally in a relationship, then they are able to have a more balanced relationship with others. So, astrological insights with the house rulerships. The house rulerships based on the sign in each house cusp can reveal intriguing patterns in the Libra archetype. So Libras are able to balance their scales with partnerships through relationships with others. And because this is Scorpio, this house, the energy needs to be merged in some type of union, sexual bonding with an intimate partner. And this can help them to manifest in their money house through shared resources. So their money matters will usually improve through relationships. With Sagittarius ruling the third house, this is very compatible with the Libra's communication style. And Sagittarius energy will influence their mindset. So they enjoy being charismatic and being the life of the party. And they also enjoy the company of diverse groups of people and may have an interest in philosophical topics. Another interesting placement is that the sign Aquarius rules their fifth house of joy, pleasure, children, and romantic relationships. And I find this especially interesting because Libras love to love, and Aquarians can be quite romantic. So the Aquarius energy of romance comes into play here. So they would love exciting dates that are spontaneous and maybe exciting and unusual, maybe something different. The downside is that they could be a little bit idealistic and unrealistic with their relationships because the partner might not be able to live up to their expectations and fantasies in what the relationship should look like. Leo rules their 11th house, which is very similar to the fifth house, except instead of it being romance, this would be their friendship groups. Leos love to shine, and in the 11th house, where it's the house of friendships and communities, they will likely want to shine in their friendship circles and maybe hold some kind of prestige in the circles that they are a part of. And they want to be admired and respected in their community and in their groups. But they're also willing to go along to get along and will be very charming, open, and communicative with different groups of people. Virgo rules their 12th house, and Librans can analyze and make practical assessments. But on a psychological level, they are unconsciously seeking to make perfect choices that are fair and balanced. And this can make them feel indecisive because the 12th house will distort or cause some sort of confusion around their thought processes. Because this is a 12th house, is a hidden and unconscious house, sometimes their thoughts could get a little lost or distorted in them trying to find a balance and to find justice and to weigh things out in a way that feels equal. There can be some confusion in how to make a decision, and this will cause some indecisiveness or even cause them to procrastinate in making some choices. Also, because this is a unconscious house and Virgos can be pretty critical, they themselves are pretty critical of themselves, but it tends to be in an unconscious way. So the Virgo also is a sign that will judge others, and so does Libra. They're the sign that rules judging. So they will judge others and judge themselves and also be very critical of others and themselves, but in a more unconscious way, because Libras are very charismatic. So they will likely show you a different side of themselves through their first house. So in esotericism and in astrotheology, Libra represents balance, justice, the harvest season. So Libra season begins at the fall equinox, which is where there's 3 days of equal night time and daytime. So the daytime and nighttime are balanced during this period of time. And also Libras rule the hour of between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., symbolizing nightfall. So the sun falls below the horizon and it becomes night. And so Libra rules the transition from day to night. The sun begins its descent seasonally, marking the fall of the sun below the horizon. And the sun falls from its strength and is weakened in the position of Libra. In astrotheology, there are many symbolic references to Libra's archetype encoded in the Bible related to the seasons that it rules. There's references to harvest, figs, wine, grapes, the vineyard, olive oil, the olive branch, and the olive tree are all archetypes of Libra season. Also, there are many references in measuring, weighing, balancing, fairness, the law, justice, judging, courts, marriage, and divorce, which are related to the Libra archetype in Bible references. One of the verses in the Bible, Proverbs 16:11 says, "A just balance and scales are the Lord's. All the weights in the bag are his work." And in Job 31:6 says, "Let me be weighed in just balance, and let God know my integrity." So these are archetypes of Libra being encoded in the Bible. So in closing, Libras are diplomatic artists and peacemakers of the zodiac. Their intimate charm and intellectual nature and refined taste makes them truly captivating. While they seek balance and beauty, their journey is about learning to honor their own needs while maintaining harmony with others. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment below. Thank you and goodbye.